Coming up today on Studio 13 Live.
I got to get it out there for people to see it.
We're meeting one local muralist who's telling Seattle's story in a unique way. Plus,
You're the best man I'll ever know.
Drag queen Versace doll is back in studio for another incredible performance, this time ahead of hosting a Pride Month event.
then Tara Bella Flowers is showing us how to make Pride-themed floral crowns.
And we're making some fresh sandwiches and salads with Mendocino Farms. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sun shining through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.
Hi, happy Friday, everybody. We made it through another week here on Studio 13 Live, and it was so much fun. I'm Carly Henderson.
And I'm Mireya Garcia. And you know what? Today is National Pink Day, which I didn't know before I wore this giant pink blazer. But, you know, if you need a reason to wear a little more color today, there you go.
There you go. I love it. I mean, on Wednesdays, we wear pink too,
That's right.
That's
Any day.
also National Pink Day.
That's
every
right.
week.
Every week. You know what it is today also is National Hydration Day. Yes.
Okay.
Always taking a little sip. But do you track how much water you drink?
I don't, but I
No.
drink an immense amount of water.
Yeah, so today I learned that we should be shooting for like 100 ounces or
Yeah.
120 ounces.
Yeah, like 3 Nalgene's worth.
Ooh,
Yeah.
well, get hydrated, folks, especially if you're partying this weekend. And you know, some of Seattle's biggest stars are expected to take center court today at Climate Pledge Arena. Champions of Change is a sports celebrity basketball game hosted by former Seahawks player Cliff Averill, Doug Baldwin, and Michael Bennett. And the event highlights Seattle athletes and also their causes, and they raise money for nonprofits that are important to them. We spoke with Seahawks legend Cliff Averill about this earlier this week right here on Studio 13 Live.
We all came together to create this fun atmosphere, but more so than anything, it's all about raising money for a lot of grassroots organizations in our community. It's a fundraiser, but it's also about bringing the community together to hopefully weather the storm till the Supersonics come back. Odessa Brown Clinic in particular is what I'll be supporting this year. It's all about making sure that people recognize these organizations because they honestly make our community what it is. It allows our community to continue to grow and continue to scale in many different ways.
This game starts at 7 p.m. tonight. Tickets $1, so super affordable.
Yeah, there's your Friday night plans right there. I mean, what could be better than seeing some of these immensely talented people go out, get on the court, play a great game. Tickets are so cheap, and it helps organizations that help other people with like food insecurity and health services and all that good stuff. So there you go, friends.
Love to see it. Hey, Billie Eilish says online body shaming has taken a toll on her mental health. And in an interview with Vogue, she says she had a rough time dealing with these comments, and she says that she's received the same treatment if she had received that same treatment from people online when she was younger. She really doesn't think that she would be here today. And to help shake off those negative comments, she sets aside some time for self-care, even though she's really busy. And you know, it really just breaks my heart that stuff like this just won't stop happening to people who live public lives and even people who don't really.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Billie Eilish became famous at a very young age. She was a young teenager at the time that she was kind of like thrust into fame, and everyone started talking about her. And she likes wearing baggy clothes. You know, that's her thing. So for so long, people kept commenting, wear something tighter, like we want to see your body more. So then finally she did get a little bit more revealing, and she did start wearing like a little bit more tight clothes, and people had things to say about that too. And now she's deleted social media apps off of her phone. She has 110 million followers, and now we don't get to hear from Billie straight from the source anymore. So I feel like some of these bullies just ruined it for everybody, but I'm glad that she's doing what she needs to do for her mental health, because sometimes it's hard to identify what you need to do in that case, but she has that wisdom, and she has good people around her too. Her family is a huge supporter of her.
I think it's really interesting that people, they'll comment on anything, whether it's baggy or form-fitting. I think that really what we can take away from something like this is a reminder that we really are not entitled to comment on anybody else's body. And I would take that even a step further and say that you shouldn't comment on anyone's body, even if you think it's a compliment. Because even if you're saying like, oh my gosh, you look so skinny, you never know if that person is struggling with a sickness. So I would say, you know, if you want to give someone a compliment, I like the good old, you look great.
Yes.
You know, and mean it, of course,
Yes.
but not like specific body stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
I had to have a family member tell me that very specifically when I was younger, because I was like 8 years old and I was like, you lost so much weight. She's like, you should just say thank you, like you look great.
Yeah.
Just say you look great. Keep it kind of vague, you know?
Absolutely.
I think that's the way to go. Taylor Swift is helping give public transit a boost in cities where the Eras Tour is stopping. So transportation officials say that Seattle, among other cities, is expected to see an increase from the tour too. So public transportation has been struggling since the pandemic, but experts believe that the return of highly marketed events like the Eras Tour could help. And Taylor's going to be at Lumen Field July 22nd and 23rd. I think I might just take a bus there.
Right?
I did one when we did our karaoke night with the
That's
group from
right.
Studio 13 Live. I know you guys took public transit down there, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's inspiring me. I got my Orca card for the first time, and I was like,
love
I am
it.
dying to do this more times. It's so
Yeah.
easy. It's so cheap. You don't have to look for parking. Looking for parking is one of my least favorite things in the entire world. So I love that this is a great idea. Go Taylor Swift, saving public transportation.
I know. And if anyone has been down in that area when there's a major event, like this is
Yeah.
going to be a major event, you also get stuck there
Yes.
at the end of the night when you're like ready to go home.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, whether you're taking the light rail or a bus,
Yeah.
maybe you could like skedaddle a little sooner. So I think that's really super, especially if you're like live in the burbs like I do.
Yeah.
It's a long way home.
Wait, leave the concert early?
No,
Oh.
no, don't never leave the concert early. No, leave soon. You know, you don't have to get out of the parking garage. You can
Okay.
just like walk on over to light rail in my case
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and head north.
Yeah.
I would never.
Well, I have left concerts early to
No.
grab parking, and I remember it was at Red Rocks last summer. I saw Bleachers, this band I love so much, and of course they wait till the very end to play some of their best
Yeah.
songs. But I was like, do we want to wait 2 more hours to get an Uber out of here, because we needed to catch an Uber or Lyft? And we were like, all right, we're just going to hear it. And I still have the memory in my head of looking up and hearing it in the distance, because it was an outdoor concert, and I was like, this is hurting my heart, but also maybe I don't want to wait 2 hours
No.
for this car. But that's always a hard judgment call to make.
Yeah, and getting out of Red Rocks is always kind of a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah.
Our bestie Jody from Jody and Bender,
Yeah.
she will leave early.
Yeah.
She has like very strict rules about it. So I totally
Yeah.
get that. All right, well, Kesha, you know, she's opening up about her recent health struggles. The singer says that she almost didn't make it after having a routine procedure to freeze her eggs. Kesha telling Self magazine this happened in January, and that procedure actually resulted in a rare but serious complication that lowers antibody levels and increases the risk of infection. So Kesha says that diagnosis was just terrifying, but she is luckily fully recovered now, and she's now promoting her newly released album, Gag Order. Just so terrifying when we hear about these like weird medical things that happen that you're often not prepared for.
Yeah, definitely. And she was in the hospital for 9 days after this happened too. And she said something. She said, I just never wanted to be the whiny privileged girl. My image had been of that, of going out and having fun, which makes me really sad, because she's basically saying it was hard for me to even tell anyone about this because people are going to think that's ridiculous. So I'm glad that she is opening up about this, because it's good to raise awareness for other things. And I'm glad that she made it. That's really scary. Switching gears to something a little lighter, an iconic toy from the 90s making a comeback, just like everything else in the 90s.
Oh.
Take a look at this. Furbies are available now on Amazon. They're going to be released in retailers mid-July. They stopped selling them in 2016, which is actually way later than I would have expected. But they are back with new features, and they now have 5 voice-activated modes and more than 600 responses. Furbies are also responsive to hugs, pats, and belly tickles. They run for about $70. I didn't know Furbies were that expensive.
Yeah, that sounds really pricey.
Is it a hamster? Is it an owl? It's a little creepy.
It is
cute.
definitely freaky, because you know what I remember the most about them is that they would just go off sometimes at night.
Yeah.
Don't love that.
Yeah, my siblings had one. I never had a Furby, but just like everything else in the 90s, of course, it's coming back. I just want to see people pluck their eyebrows thin.
No, not again.
Do it. I
Not
mean,
again.
do it. If you're so obsessed with the 90s, prove it.
Yeah, prove it. That's right. I love that. Okay. One of the most expensive homes in the U.S. is up for grabs. Probably a surprise to no one. This is in Cali. Take a look at this. It's a home in Bel Air. Casa Encantada is 40,000 square feet. This is a whole complex, okay?
Yeah.
It has a $250 million asking price. And if it actually sells for that price, it would set the record as the most expensive private home in the country. And this particular home, by the way, no stranger to breaking records here, because in its previous sales, right back in the 1980s, and then in 2000, both times, it broke a record. I feel like you'd get lost. Like, you wouldn't see your family in this house.
I know. Can you imagine being alone in there and just any sound you heard
Echoes.
would freak me out so much? When I first heard this, I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Jay-Z and Beyonce just get a home for $300 million? But the home that they bought was listed at $295 million, and then they offered a quick cash $200 million and got a deal on it. So it was less than this one. I wonder if the same thing is going to happen with this one. If someone will come through and pay a couple $100 million in cash.
Cash. I don't even know what that looks like.
I know.
It's more than a little briefcase of cash, I'm sure.
You know what I was thinking? If I had that kind of money, I would want to own homes in a bunch of different places. I wouldn't want it to be one giant complex.
I think so. I think so. Because it's fun to like bebop around, you know, and have your own space.
Yeah, for sure. The best way to kick off your day on the right foot could be with the wrong shoe. So we're talking about the wrong shoe theory trending on social media. Maybe you didn't learn about this one in school, but it is when you pair shoes with an outfit and then you turn it into a fashionable oxymoron. For example, wearing clunky boots with a floral dress or being bundled up while wearing sandals. I've never tried that one before. People say that expands your wardrobe and possibilities. So high fashion, okay.
Okay, I'm into combat boots and a floral dress.
Yeah.
But I have been in the position in when I lived in Colorado, running out of the house to like drag the trash can out because you forgot in sandals and a coat, and it never worked. Like, it doesn't work. Don't recommend.
See, that I didn't think of it until just now, but when I was growing up in Colorado, because the winters aren't as extreme there as people think. It's sunny, it's not that bad, and also I just don't feel like I had to walk around outside a lot. I wasn't taking public transit or anything, so I would often wear sandals with my like coat and all of that, but it wasn't cute. Like, this was not a fashion statement at all, but I don't know, I guess I was lazy and I wasn't used to wearing regular
Now it's
shoes.
cute. Now it's cute.
Okay, well, looking back, I won't shame my old fashion choices. I'll say it was high fashion, baby. Coming up next on Studio 13 Live, it's time for Driver on the Street.
Photojournalist Michael Driver is introducing us to an incredible muralist telling Seattle's story through art in a unique way. Stay with us.
I wanna see you smile.
Hey, it is time for one of our favorite segments, Driver on the Street.
And this is when Fox 13 photojournalist Michael Driver introduces us to just some incredible people in our area. And he's joining us now with a really great story about a local muralist. Hey, Driver.
Oh, he's painting
What's going on,
himself.
guys?
Hey, oh, and there
So
is
yeah,
Kai.
me and my main man here, my son Kai, just having a little art session. And when I say session, he's definitely the teacher. I'm definitely the student. I stick to video because I'm not good at this. But we love to do art, and typically when we do art, we use the bright paints, the colorful markers, things like that. But the Seattle muralist that you're about to meet said, you know what? I don't need all that. Just give me one of these, a pencil. And in 6 years, what he did was create something extraordinary. And now he wants everyone to see it, and he wants people just to walk by, take a little bit of time, give it a look, and remember all the people, places, and things that make up good old Seattle.
Okay. People were like, oh my God, this is pencil, really? With a pencil, I think it's less easy to lie about your subject matter. It's really raw. Therapy is a good word. You go through problems in your life. When I did this, I just went to another place. And it was my way of escaping the negative stuff that's going on. It sounds kind of silly, but my happy place. My name is Ronnie Earl Hawkins. I live in Seattle, and I'm a muralist. 6 years, and that's literally going to work, coming home, then I start drawing, And usually I'd quit about 12:30, 1 in the morning.
He says, I've got this big mural that I need to get scanned.
I got to get it out there for people to see it. You got downtown, you work to the waterfront.
It's kind of a challenge to scan something so large.
This is the largest project that I've ever undertaken. Over the years, I saw lots of drawings and paintings of all the landmarks of Seattle, but no one had all of them put together in one picture. The Space Needle, Pike Place Market, Pioneer Square.
What's this thing?
I gave a call out to Bigfoot, of course. I wanted them all to be together. They all play into the story together. That's pretty much why. Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, I love her face. I like how I tied the University of Washington into a tight little package.
Great collection of history and lore.
I wanted to remind people of why Seattle has its name. Chief Seattle, I gave him the largest portrait and why it's so great and why so many people want to come here and visit Seattle, because it is a very beautiful and great city and a beautiful region. I wanted to keep the spirit alive. I guess that's the big thing. I've got Waldo in here too. I'm not going to tell you where it is. I want someone to find it. I just wanted to give people the hopeful spirit, the positive spirit that Seattle is. The fireman statue downtown, when they walk out, they see this somewhere. It's a big positive in your face. And maybe even for a minute, they'll be happy, you know, that they're seeing all this cool stuff that maybe they don't think about every day. I don't want to say a slap in the face, but a reminder, this is what Seattle is.
Oh, I mean, just how cool is that? That truly is what Seattle is. And it's like, when I was out there, I was just amazed by, you know, just how much detail there was. And it's like, you just stay there for half an hour, and just still just be seeing things that you didn't notice. I mean, it's just a piece of art that he's excited about getting out there to the public, and like high traffic areas where people are walking around and they can really take advantage of this great piece that he's done. And speaking of art, I think we got something that's maybe close competition to that. Kai did a little, what'd you do here, man? You got some hearts, some suns. What did you write right here?
I love Studio 13 Live.
Oh, Studio 13.
There you go. Just proof that the demographic of the love for Studio 13 Live goes all the way down to a 5-year-old.
Oh, Studio 13 Live loves you too, Kai. Wow, like father, like son. I don't know if you guys remember when Michael Driver tattooed Studio 13 Live on his arm, but I love this love here.
Thank you so much,
We
Michael,
love
for
Studio
sharing
13
these
Live.
stories.
It's a family affair.
So great. Still to come, we are checking in with TMZ for your top entertainment headlines.
Yeah, are Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg being serious about fighting each other? We are getting the latest details coming up.
It is time to take a look at what is popping in celebrity news.
And for that, we're bringing in TMZ senior producer Charlie Neff. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, my favorite Seattle life. Happy Friday.
Thanks, girl. Good to see you.
I know, likewise. So much to catch you up on.
Yes, we've got some wild stories today. So everyone's talking about it. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg might cage fight. What in the world is going on here?
I know. So we actually had Dana White. He's the president of UFC. We had him on TMZ Live yesterday. Harvey and Charles had interviewed him, and he said that Elon and Mark are dead serious about fighting in the octagon, which what is this world? Here we go. But obviously this had started all over Twitter when Elon had tweeted out that Facebook is going to be coming out with a new platform that's going to kind of rival Twitter. Obviously, Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, and then Elon owns Twitter. And Elon had basically said, you know, we should do a cage fight. And then Mark had responded saying, let me know where. And apparently, according to Dana, he is actively talking and texting with both of them, and they both want to do this. They want to take this in the ring. This would be the biggest UFC fight of all time if this had went down. The biggest one that they've ever had was between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, but this one would like absolutely top that. So of course Dana is loving this, but we'll see if they actually get in the ring.
That would be hilarious. They better not back down. That's all I have to say. They better make it happen. It's just funny because Oh, go
There
ahead,
is
Charlie.
a little bit of a weight issue, though, because Mark, okay, first of all, Mark does have some experience with jiu-jitsu. He's done a couple competitions, but he's only 5'7". Elon Musk is 6'1", and he is, you know, kind of a heavier set guy compared to him. So there is kind of a weight issue, but I feel like they can make it work.
Yeah,
Give
one
the
will go
fans what they
high, the
want.
other one will go low. You know, we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you got another wild story for us, too. We have Maury Povich, who some people may remember, but he's actually launching a DNA paternity test company. Why is this happening?
I mean, this is genius. So he has a new paternity test coming out called, basically it's just a DNA paternity test called The Results Are In. And he wants to bring families together, I guess, make it a little bit easier to find out if you are the father. Remember, that was his slogan. And I think it's just genius because his show was on for, over 30 years. It had ended last year. And so now he's like still capitalizing off of it, making some new creative ideas. The DNA test, you can do it at home. You can do it wherever. It'll give you quick results. They send the DNA into a lab, and then you'll know if you are the father or not, or the mother. But yeah, I mean, totally genius. And we'll see if this brings people together or tears people apart. You never know.
You never know. But, you know, the weight that slogan carries, that all this time later, here we are.
We know it. Perfectly on brand, if you ask me. Charlie Neff, thank you so much for filling us in on all these stories. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Catch you later.
Okay, catch you later. Don't forget, you can catch TMZ right here on Fox 13, weekdays at 7 p.m.
And still to come on Studio 13 Live, Bella Flowers is showing us how to make Pride-themed flower crowns. Those look so pretty.
I'm so excited. You guessed it, we're using those rainbow color flowers, and we'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile.
It is time for IDK, where we learn how to do something new.
Yes, and to get us ready for Pride Weekend, we are learning how to make some beautiful rainbow crowns with Melissa Fevier, the owner of Bella Flowers. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Lovely to be back.
We are so excited you're here. So first off, what flowers should we be using for this kind of arrangement?
We are going to be using a selection of different flowers, all sourced from the Seattle Wholesale Growers Market. We have spray roses from Peter Court Roses down over in Hillsboro, Oregon. We've got some lavender, which is locally grown.
Beautiful.
And some billy balls.
Billy balls?
Yeah.
So they're called?
Billy
They're
balls.
fun.
They're so fun.
Well, let's get started. What should we do first?
Lovely. So we're going to start with our red, and we've got a base that's already been pre-wired for you to make it super easy. Let's give it a little length just so it can rest on the table here.
Okay.
And then you'll take your first cluster, which is red, and this is going to reflect the pride flag. So red to symbolize life. And then we're going to just start looping right around the base.
Okay.
And then
do we put it through this loop here or no?
No.
Next to it?
Just layer it right on
there.
top and then just loop that wire around.
Okay.
And all the way down?
Until it feels nice and tight, probably about halfway down. And then you add your next cluster. So orange.
Cool.
Beautiful.
For healing.
Do the colors mean specific things?
They
That's
do.
beautiful.
Oh, this is great.
Right.
This is already so pretty. I'm already proud of myself for this.
She did the hard part with the little clusters, I feel like.
Cluster them so go nice and fast for you guys. And then go ahead and add yellow, which represents new ideas.
Oh.
Just make sure it's nice and tight as you're looping it around onto that base.
Okay.
So everything stays put. We have green, of course, for prosperity. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure it's laid onto the strand itself.
Okay.
Right, like this. There we go. You got it.
She's saving me. Point them the same direction. Okay.
Yes. Still down. Layer it onto this other wire. Oops.
And then purple, light purple.
Oh, you're ahead of me. We've got purple, kind of blue, which is represents serenity.
Oh,
beautiful.
So looping that on nice and tight.
This is so great to learn what all the different colors mean.
And finally, we have violet to represent spirit.
Oh,
beautiful.
Look at that.
And so this is a kind of a half flower crown. Then just do it really tight at the bottom, and then you can go ahead and Just trim that off.
Okay.
Loop the extra wire right around.
Oh, we do have our own little.
I'm behind. This is so wonderful. This looks so beautiful.
I'm having trouble
While you
trimming
guys
this.
are, yes, just give it a good.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
While you
Okay.
guys are finishing that up, I'm going to open a bottle of our sparkling rosé from XOBC Cellars. This has their proud label. It's the same as their other XOBC Cellars sparkling rosé, but this one has a rainbow flag because it's just that much more gay.
Beautiful.
Oh, great. So here we go.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Now that we have these beautiful flower crowns, is there anything that we can do to make them last longer?
Absolutely. You can actually make these a couple days ahead of time and put them in what's called a hydration chamber, which is simply basically a Tupperware container or something with a top, or you can cover it with a plate, whatever you have available to you. And give it a nice spritz of water, put it in the chamber, and then pull it out a couple days later or the next day.
Wow.
And it'll be nice and rigid and fresh and last you through the day.
Beautiful. What's next here? I think I put mine too close together. I hope you can forgive me.
No, we will make it happen. So we have some ribbon here. We're just going to stick one through each loop.
Oh my gosh,
One
I
on
do
the
too. Look
other.
how much extra
I know,
space
I know.
I have on mine.
I
didn't even
did
realize
It's okay.
I was overlapping.
It's all right.
Okay. So.
And then I'm going to, it's on both sides, and I'm going to place it on my head and put the black ribbon right behind there.
Okay.
And then I can adjust it
Oh, beautiful.
to the
I
size
see.
of my head.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. I think we
This
can
is
do
really
this.
cool.
Okay.
I would
And I
definitely
will
make a flower
help
crown
you
again.
here.
Is that
There we
right?
go.
Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Let's see here.
You're going to
We're
need
going
the...
to hold the flowers in
Okay, okay.
place. There
It's
we
hard
go.
to do without a mirror.
I know.
It is a
You
little
need-
challenging.
Oh, good. I will use the
looks.
camera as the mirror. There we go.
It already looks
I
so
have
cute.
some bobby pins as well to help hold it in place afterwards.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, mine fully came out of the side.
Okay,
here.
that's okay.
We can
We'll have a
get
little
ya.
help here. While you're pinning mine, tell me about the different
Sure.
classes at your shop in Greenwood that you teach. Because I know you can have a little wine, learn how to design some things. What do you have coming up?
We just had one last night as well for, we made a rainbow floral design.
Oh my gosh, this
And
is
we had
gorgeous.
XOBC partner with us for this one as well. And so they come in, pour a little wine, design some flowers, pour the second flight of wine, design with more flowers. And in
Beautiful.
the end, you're feeling really excited and happy, and you've got a gorgeous floral arrangement to take home with you. We
And you-
have,
Yeah, you're also partnering with XOBC Cellars, members only wines, and that is
Yes.
Brandy Carlisle's winery. So tell us a little bit more about where those funds go.
Yeah, so the Looking Out Foundation was formed in about 2008, and so far they have raised about $6 million to local and worldwide humanitarian and social efforts. So Looking Out Foundation is kind of an umbrella foundation which looks out for other nonprofits that are in need of some extra assistance, like humanitarian world efforts, helping support families.
That's
That
so
is so
great.
cool.
And tell me kind of why it's so important for you to celebrate Pride Month.
Well, it's a little dear to my heart as my son is trans, and any way that I can help him be a secure, confident adult, I'll do whatever I can to do.
That's so
it's
lovely, a true
wonderful.
ally. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you
get you
so
some
much. Can we
sugar.
grab a little sippy sip here? I know you poured.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see.
I've been so focused on my craft here.
Look, we're ladies who love flower crowns, okay? We can't lie.
Yes, not mad at that.
Oh,
This
this
wine
is
is
so
fantastic.
good. Yes. Melissa, again, thank you so much for joining us and helping us with these crafts. We do have more information on Terabella Flowers up on our website, fox13cl.com/studio13live.
All
Great
right,
job.
coming up next, Versace doll and Sable Jones St. James. They are sharing all the fun celebrations they're going to be hosting for Pride Weekend in Seattle.
Plus, Versace doll returning to our stage with a special performance, so stay with us.
As we celebrate Pride Month all month long, the city of Seattle is hosting their big Pride Parade this weekend with festivities all around our region.
And joining us today are Versace doll and Sable Jones St. James, two of the announcers for the Seattle Pride Parade. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Yes, you are looking absolutely fabulous.
Baby.
This is such a huge weekend in Seattle, you know. Oh my gosh. And you are returning as the co-host for the Pride Parade. How does that feel? And what does it feel like to be part of such like a special event?
Honestly, it's really, really exhilarating. I feel like Pride is very, very important. We have so much that we have to celebrate. Pride is just about a celebration, being who you are, experiencing different cultures, backgrounds, diverse individuals and entertainers. And I'm so glad to be a part of it each and every year.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, tell me about what performers, what people are going to be in the parade this year. What are you excited about the most?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of the local venues because local entertainers are absolutely important in the society. So we have a lot of local venues. We have a lot of women-owned businesses. We have a lot of charities, nonprofits. We have the Lavender Rights Project, which will be there, which is a great organization for Black individuals, trans individuals, and there's going to be a lot of people there, so come out. Let's have a good time.
Absolutely. And I mean, Sable Jones St. James, you're also going to be an announcer for the Seattle Pride Parade.
Did somebody call for the First Lady?
Yes, they
Now,
did.
I am here from Los Angeles, former Seattle resident, and we are here to announce these lovely contingents. The Sable Army will be also in attendance, so that's my bodyguards, about 40 of them. It's going to be a great Sunday morning after all.
I've never seen a better dressed First Lady, I have to say.
You heard it here first, America.
And tell us where people can find you.
Okay, so tomorrow, Saturday afternoon-ish, I'll be at Rhine House hosting their Saturday Pride Brunch with RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14 winner Willow Pill, Rowan Ruthless, who is an amazing queen, and a bunch of other entertainers. It's going to be a fabulous time to kick off Pride at Rhine House.
Oh, beautiful. And tell us a little bit more about what has you so excited about being at Rhine House and all the other events that you have coming up.
Here's the thing. If you've never been to Rhine House before, the pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay?
We've had those.
Oh, we had
those. They're good.
I love doing drag, but those pretzels, have mercy today. Make sure they're in my dressing room when I arrive. Thank you very much.
That's a good answer. Oh my goodness. So, you know, with all these Pride celebrations, what message are you hoping that it sends to the rest of the world?
I hope that it sends a message of equality and happiness and peace. Right now, there are so many people that are very anti-drag, very anti-LGBTQI, which is LGBTQIA.
Oh, I like with some sauce on it.
With some sauce.
But at the end of the day, our community has been around for a very long time, and as long as we're all together and we're showcasing who we are and being our most authentic selves, Pride is going to continue, and this art form will as well.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Well, we are so excited right now, and we get the honor of having Versace doll give her performance here and a message on the stage. So take it away.
Great job.
Funny how a lonely day can make a person say, what good is my life? Funny how a breaking heart can make me start to say, what good is my life? Funny how I often seem to think I'll find another dream in my life, till I look around and see this great big world is part of me and my life. This is my life. Days my love will come and find me, but that's the way that I was born to be. This is me. This is me. This is my life, and I don't give a damn for lust
such an incredible performer, Versace doll.
Ooh, baby.
Oh my goodness. How does that feel?
Exhilarating. I love what I do, this art form. I've been in this art form for a minute. Miss Sable has been in this art form for a very long time.
Watch your mouth.
I was going to say.
But it's really great to have icons and legends, you know, that have paved the way to do what I'm able to do.
Absolutely. And, you know, I saw on your Instagram, you said pride isn't just a celebration, it's a battle and it's resistance. I want you to talk a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So pride, like I said, pride started with stone walls back in the day. And right now, although there are different battles that we have to face, we still have to face battles. And just like it wasn't about the water fountains, it's not about the drag queens. And all of these individuals that are out here trying to hurt myself, hurt my sisters, I just want to send a message to them saying, we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to be excellent. We're going to continue to spread love, diversity, and peace, because you never know who's watching, and you never know if you're going to inspire someone like you were when you were a child.
Ooh, goosebumps.
Beautiful.
Goose truly
I have pretzels at Ryan House to eat. Stop playing with me.
Yes. You got to keep fighting for those pretzels,
Absolutely.
too.
You got to fight for those pretzels.
They're good pretzels.
Yes.
This weekend.
And Sable Jones St. James, you actually recently competed in the Miss Gay USA pageant. So tell us about that experience and how you felt.
Now listen, I have been in the game for 17 years as a drag veteran. My favorite love of drag is pageantry. So I traveled all the way to Dallas, Texas. I know, strange. Dallas, Texas, competed as the first runner-up to Miss Golden State USA, which was a preliminary for the pageant. And I did extremely well, winning Best Solo Talent, Best Interview in my group as well. So I'm very proud of my legacy that I'm building through the St. James Legacy Foundation.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
so amazing.
That's very, very important.
Yes, and Versace doll, you are on the production team at Julia's on Broadway. I mean, if you haven't been there, this is an award-winning brunch and drag cabaret. Tell the people about what kind of events you have coming up. What can people look forward to?
Absolutely. So right now, it is our Pride season. So we have Latin Pride tonight, right there at Julia's on Broadway. We have shows every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, we have a 7 p.m. show. We have a lot of entertainers. We have our throwback brunch Saturday and Sunday, and then we also have another additional show Saturday night. But in addition to that, you know, the favorite thing about Julia's on Broadway is we are focused on the community. And we have a outdoor stage outside of Julia's where we have all of the local entertainers come out, they showcase themselves and their best art. So all of us together, we're just able to, you know, express ourselves and continue to fight the fight.
Beautiful.
Book the foot massage now, girl.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have
tell
fun.
you the heels are beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
My God, today.
Well, we want to thank you both so much. And just kind of a reminder, you know, we've been celebrating Pride all month long, but as some of our guests had said, it's all the time. It's every day.
Yes. It doesn't stop when June is over.
Thank you, Fox 13, for your real live advocacy to this community. We cannot do this on our own, and it's with allyship that we are able to make true progress. We thank you for that.
Of course. We're proud to work here and be on a show that celebrates Pride, too. It's amazing.
Happy Pride. Pride is 365 days, but right now we get to celebrate it with you all.
Yes, we do. Versace doll and Sable Jones St. James, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you soon, and go check them out this weekend.
Yes.
We have posted more info on all the Pride celebrations up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
And the party is not over. Coming up next, it's time for Emerald Eats, and we're going to meet up with Mendocino Farms.
Yes, we are. We're going to learn all about their new location in South Lake Union as they take us on a culinary adventure with unexpected flavor combinations. You know we love to highlight new restaurants right here on Studio 13 Live.
Yes, and joining us is Holly Ann Lilly and Danny J.O. Lopez from Mendocino Farms in South Lake Union. Hello.
Hi.
So happy to have you here. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the restaurant and what the goal is with people, what they experience when they come in.
Yeah, definitely. So Mendocino Farms, we are a fast casual restaurant specializing in sandwiches and salads designed to make hearts and stomachs happy.
You definitely do. I've had it dozens of times, if not more, because I used to live in California, and it is so delightful. So I'm so glad y'all are here in Seattle.
Thank you.
Yes, what are we making today?
Yes, so we are going to start with our avocado and quinoa superfood enchilada.
Ooh.
Yes.
Can we just give a shout out to this avocado, too?
Look at that.
Nice skills.
Yes.
Look at this. Hello. Oh, don't want to slide that off the plate.
No,
I'm putting that down.
sorry.
So what's first?
So first, we're going to start off with our romaine and kale mix that we mix in the store.
I love a crunchy salad, too.
Yes, yes.
I always go for a little romaine in there.
Yeah.
And fun fact, while he's making it, not only is it our #1 selling salad, but it's actually our #1 selling menu item.
Oh, wow.
Really? That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you feel like people come more for the salads, more for the sandwiches? I mean, clearly #1 is salad right here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's kind of a mixed bag of things. You know, we've definitely got like some classic menu items that people know and love, but then we also like to take some of those classic things and kind of put our own chef spin on things to make things really interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's jump in with Chef here. We've got some quinoa that you just put in, and what's
we got
next?
Black bean jicama and corn mix in there too. We got some cilantro, fresh chopped cilantro. We're gonna do some julienne cut onions.
It smells so
I know.
yummy.
It smells so good.
I was already hungry, and now I'm
It's gonna be our
ravenous.
base. And we're gonna top it off with our chipotle vinaigrette dressing.
Ooh, yummy.
It's just got a little kick to it.
Yeah, smoky flavor.
Nice.
We're gonna give it a quick little toss.
Okay.
Nice. I like how much lettuce and kale is in there, because that's like nice and filling. And it's good for you and tasty.
It's a good, big, nice 4-cup serving for you.
Wow.
I'm really bad at making like kale in my own salads, but it's so good whenever I go out for it. I'm like, you guys know how to do it. You're the experts.
Definitely, yeah.
Very
And then we're
good.
gonna transfer it over to our
This looks wonderful.
In the pretty plate, because you know we eat salads right out of the mixing
Right out of the mixing bowls. It's true. They're just the right size, you know?
Yes.
And for people who like need that little extra kick of protein, you can order it with chicken on it, but I personally find it filling enough that you
Just
don't
by
really
itself.
need it.
Yeah. It's nice quinoa has like a little protein as well.
Yeah, the heartiness of it for sure.
And that beautiful avocado will make it extra filling, so it'll really stick with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Look at that. All right. And then we add a couple more things, huh?
Yes, you can pop it off.
So what's popping on?
We're gonna add our delicious cotija cheese on top. Make sure you can nice drizzle it all over the salad.
Is that what goes on like elote corn?
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
It's nice and like dry, crumbly.
Yeah.
Parmesan in a pinch, but this is better,
Yeah.
I think. You know.
We're gonna add our nice sliced half grape tomatoes.
Look at that.
Perfect.
And then my
And
favorite.
then we're gonna add our crunchies.
Now these are very Mendo specific to us. It's actually flash fried quinoa and millet mixed with nutritional yeast and spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crunch on crunch.
Yes.
Get those B12 vitamins.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I love it.
And I feel like nutritional yeast makes it taste even cheesier. You
Yeah,
know what I
It
mean?
does, yeah. It kind of gives that nice little extra like spicy kick into it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Beautiful.
replaces like what people know in a salad as like croutons. Like this is our kind of version of
okay.
it. That nice little extra crunch and flavor.
Always down for a little nucci, as some people call it.
Top it off
Is that
with
what they
some
call
nice
it?
salt and pepper.
Just as a joke.
Beautiful.
Yummy.
Look at how pretty that
Beautiful
salad
half
is.
avocado on there.
I love myself a beautiful salad. Thank you so much. This is gorgeous.
Let's see. We gotta see.
Gotta jump in. Mmm. It's like 3 layers of crunch, and that's a win for me.
yes.
So good.
Yes. Now,
test.
this is
Perfect.
Carly's Tasty Treat, but I know you guys release new stuff, and we're going to make something else, too. Tell us about it.
Yeah, definitely. So we do like to change things up seasonally, kind of keeping up with the freshest quality ingredients that we can. And so we just entered with some new menu items a couple weeks ago, and this is going to be our hot honey peach and prosciutto sandwich.
Not going to lie, I got an email about it,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, dang, I got to go. But you're here, so
We're here. I knew, and I brought it for you.
wonderful. What do we have here?
So to start off, you're gonna get our nice and delicious sesame roll, and you're gonna go ahead and toast it. And then from there, you're gonna go ahead and put our Calabrian chili aioli sauce on both sides. Get it nice coast to coast, edged as, so you could get that sauce all over the bread in every bite.
Beautiful. I like it. I like it.
And now, Mendocino Farms recently opened up in South Lake Union, but I hear there might be a second location that's coming soon. Is that
Yes,
true?
it is true. We are opening a second location in downtown Seattle, slated for end of August.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
coming
exciting.
up on us.
All right, we
Great.
got the sauce on there.
From the
What is
sauce,
next?
You're gonna add our fresh mozzarella and go ahead and put it 3
Beautiful.
slices.
So good.
What's been your favorite moment since opening the restaurant?
Oh my gosh, I think just seeing like the community's response to us. They have been so welcoming. You know, there's been people like you who have come from California and already knew about us. And then a lot of other people, you know, this was their first introduction to Mendo.
Like mine, yeah, and I love it. That's wonderful. All right, we have about a minute left, so I know that we have time to finish this up. I want to take a little bite. It looks so good.
So we've got some juicy peaches going on
Prosciutto
there.
and peaches, that's fancy.
Yes.
Exactly.
We like
A
the
little bit of
juiciness
fried
paired with like the
Add
saltiness
some
of the
delicious
prosciutto.
hot honey right over it.
Oh, wow, look
honey
at that.
we make in-house.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, then a little green.
Actually, some honey roasted almonds. For a
Oh,
little
sorry.
crunch.
Gotta get that crunch in there
Gotta
first.
get a crunch.
And then we'll top you off with some greens.
You know it. Holly Ann, Danny, thank you so much for making all this delicious food with us today. We put more info about Mendocino Farms up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. Just in time. Get that bite in, girl.
I don't want to get cut by that knife, but I want that sandwich, you know?
Yes, crunch. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Bye. Happy Pride weekend.
Yes.
Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around.